One of the biggest concerns for us as a utility and our board is sitting down and saying, well, what does that mean for the ratepayer? What does that mean for the North Attleboro resident and any business that's here who's not a resident, right? So you have commercial, industrial that are here, but same concern is well, we don't want to have what we call rate shock. I don't want to say your rates are increasing 50% next month. If it has to happen, it will. And it's happened at our neighbor Mansfield. They're introducing a major rate increase to be able to bring in the revenue that they need to pay their bills. We have been sort of in the background as the election department has a bucket of money sitting away, what to do with it. Well, our hand is probably going to be forced this year to look at a combination of rate stabilization funds. There's about $9 million in there. Just to give you an example of what we would tap is, just for 2022, we're looking at $3 million of shortfall from existing rates. 2023, it's looking $6 to $8 million right now. So that stabilization fund is gone, right, if those things materialize. It's very quickly for that to happen. So how best to handle that? You can introduce a slight rate increase. If this doesn't look like it's ever going to go away, you can only have reserves until the reserves are depleted. You can raise rates gradually to try to balance those, right, and start to trim that down. And our board is aware of all these options, and we will be having these discussions as we discuss the budget for 2023, more specifically the power supply budget, which will be the highest that it's been in over a decade. We hope to be able to mitigate any source of rate shock to our customers by exercising any and all of these options simultaneously as needed. But if 2024 looks to be in the same position, it's possible we would have to raise rates or a power cost adjustment to be able to bring in that revenue to make sure that we're paying for the power supply, which is completely separate from the distribution maintenance costs. Power supply used to be about 2/3 of our costs. Now it's closer to 85% as power supply goes up. So it's pretty dramatic. And again, I'm an optimist. That should taper back down. So if our reserves go down and they get depleted down to 30 or 40%, we can keep it there. We can slowly raise those up over time. There's lots of strategies to employ, but we only know it's directly in front of us and the bills that come in and how much we can predict out going forward for energy costs. But our board is well prepared for that. I'm in lots of discussions with other municipals and other groups that are involved with watching the market. So we're as prepared as we can be, and we'll deal with it as best as we can.